Hey gang, welcome to an all-new Collection Expansion Extravaganza right here on youtube.com/ToyWorldOrder and on ToyWorldOrder.com with me, Deval, and my wife, Carrie.
Hi!
You know, gang, we put these episodes out, we try to put out 3 or 4 a month, sometimes a little more. Shooting these shows, though, there are large gaps. And when large gaps happen, what used to be, for anyone who's watched this from Flea Market Finds, you know, we used to do it behind the toy bar. The actual toy bar downstairs. There's no room behind the toy bar anymore because it's all full of toys.
Yeah, we've been kind of busy.
Yeah, we've been a lot busy actually, but we're here to show you some of the cool stuff that we found.
Awesome stuff.
So why don't we start? What do you got over there? You got a whole bunch
I got a whole
stuff.
bunch of little, I guess ceramic.
They're ceramic. We found these in Clinton, Illinois. A little antique mall in Clinton, Illinois. And there are a number of little ceramic Donalds. This little ceramic Donald in my hand, I believe, was, I don't know if he was supposed to be like a little soap dish or something. He's got an indentation in his back, like something set in him. So I don't know if he was part of a set or what he was, but a little ceramic Donald is pretty cute, just kind of laying there.
We got this little guy here is dressed up to go trick-or-treating.
For Halloween.
Super cute.
And then we've got another Donald there.
What's he doing?
He's golf. Well, he's mad at his golf clubs.
He's
stomping on his golf club, his golf.
And then she's
little cheerleader, yeah. So these were pretty cute. We don't usually tend to buy Disney ceramic stuff because 9 times out of 10 they're too expensive.
Yeah.
And these I think were $5 a piece. And usually when Carrie sees something like this for $5 a piece, her little eyes light up. She gives me these little puppy dog eyes and goes, "Can I get all of them?"
They were so cute. I couldn't decide, so I was like, "We'll just pick them all up."
So we picked all of them up, and they're pretty cool. I like them. It's nice to have some ceramic stuff. Now, where these are going to go in the Disney collection, I don't know. These may go in another section, but they're pretty cute though for what we found them for.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. Here, why don't you sit? I don't want to break them.
They're fine.
Okay.
And then we also bought all these little bitty cars.
Now these are kind of cool. I think these were Matchbox.
People have probably seen this one before. This one seems common.
These are Hasbro. This
is common.
This is common, but this is Corgi.
Yes.
And Corgi reissued these a few years back, but this is an original vintage 70s Corgi Kermit the Frog, and you see he's kind of beat up. His car's lost a little paint. He's had a little play on him. His eyes are missing a little paint there, but we have an animal, and I actually had, when I was younger, I had this Kermit. I think I still have Kermit. I think he's on the other section there, but he was in pretty decent shape. He came in a big lot of stuff that we wanted to auction along with these other guys, but the Corgi Kermit was pretty cool. But these guys were all...
We thought we had a piggy, but we came home and looked and couldn't find her, so I guess we'll have to keep an eye for that.
These were Hasbro and Play School, which is pretty much the same company.
I don't know. I think my favorite is this one.
Yep, the Count. We have we found Bert in his little pigeon patrol, Grover in his little space rocket.
That's cute too.
Big Bird in his mail truck, Sesame Street Mail. Give me the Ernie in his little fire engine there.
And this is a Tommy.
The Mickey is a Tommy, and Tommy did a whole bunch of these, and we found quite a few of them over the years. But Tommy did a number of these Disney style street vehicle kind of with the big characters. That was kind of the fad there for a while. A lot of them did, when they got licensed, they did these kind of like that. But these all were in one big auction lot that I won that I brought home to Carrie, and she was mad at me for buying something, and then when she saw what was in it, she wasn't mad anymore.
Well, I think you only paid like $1.
Yeah, I only paid $1.
For all, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of them.
There was more in that flat other than that stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah, I paid $1 for it. So
super cute.
Yeah, super
We have
notable.
quite a few of these.
Yep, we do.
So,
we've got quite a little collection of these diecast.
I think there were a couple in the lot that we had already.
We had quite a few that we already had, but
yeah,
those are the ones out of the lot that we didn't. So that was pretty cool. What else you got over here?
I don't know, just some random stuffed animals.
Is that Happy or Sleepy? I think that might be Sleepy.
Oh, I don't know. Is that bad that we don't know that? I don't know.
Maybe a little. That might be a little.
I don't know. He looks happy.
One of the dwarves. I
Yes.
want to say it's either happy or sleepy. Little stuffed dwarf there is pretty cute. He'll go on he'll go in the collection of stuffed animals there. But we found him. He's got a little tape on him.
Yeah.
Found him. We found they're the mice from Cinderella. One was Gus Gus, and that one's name escapes me. I remember Gus Gus only because of
we're supposed to be Disney experts.
it's just it's escaping me at the moment. I'm sure someone will pipe up and tell me in the comments.
Yeah,
but
and shame on me because I don't know either.
Right.
So that's cute.
He was pretty cute. He was actually. I don't remember if he was I don't remember if he was a giveaway or like a McDonald's thing, or I think he might have just been free with like in one of the when they had the VHS copies came out, they had the stuffed mice in there too, so that might have been where he came from. Little Caesars beats pizza. Just because
like a crane game toy probably.
He was in a bag of stuff, and we were going through deciding what we were going to keep and what we weren't going to keep, and we came across him. And we were like, why not? He's adorable. And then a vintage, and this was who made these? I want to say Hasbro. These are Hasbro because we have some other Hasbro ones that have their names on them, and I think Hasbro did those. But these were really huge back in the days of the wish books, Sears wish book, Montgomery Ward's wish book. These were always in there, and they always had these licensed stuffed animals that had their names on their shirt or had sayings on their shirt. But we found a big bird, and we thought, well, he's vintage. Let's buy him.
Yeah, he's super clean, and
he's very clean.
Usually we buy vintage stuffed animals, and they're dirty and
beat up, and nasty.
And he was,
yeah.
So, carry on.
We got some books.
I can go potty.
Yes. This is pretty cute little
Muppet Babies.
Muppet Baby books. I mean, we keep saying that we're going to stop buying books, but it hasn't happened yet because we keep. I mean, there's some little crayon marks in it and stuff, but
he's super cute. Learning how to use the potty.
It's pretty cute. Little baby Kermit learning how to go potty. It's a pretty cute little book.
Got a Casper Friends Forever.
Casper is one of my all-time favorite films. I remember when it came out in '95 in the theater. I just graduated high school. We went to see it, and it was a lot of fun. Plus, I had a huge crush on Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
So, fun movie for me. But it's just basically a little storybook that has pictures from the film and tells the story of Casper, of his friendship with Cat Harvey. So, little fun stuff there.
This is neat.
Yep, Real Ghostbusters from Little Simon. What's the name of that one? Real Ghostbusters, The Great Ghost Show.
I think, did we find this at Goodwill?
We did indeed find that at Goodwill.
Find it at Goodwill.
And it's pretty darn neat. There's some great artwork in there. It's a great little story. I hadn't seen a lot of Real Ghostbuster stuff like this until we came across it.
Always dig around in the kids' book section at Goodwill.
Because you never know.
The one that we go to a lot, it's just in one big giant like tub, and we just each take a half and just look through, and we always end up coming across.
We end up with a stack of stuff every time. Just because
again,
with Goodwill, I mean,
we need to stop buying kids' books.
Well, with Goodwill, like all the action figures and everything else that is like this, they throw in shopgoodwill.com. But the books, they don't care about the books. They just throw the books in, and half the time the books are the coolest thing. One of the Care Bear collection here, Care Bear's Sweet Dreams for Sally from Parker Brothers. I've got a whole bunch of these large size, but the art in here. There you go. The art in here in these books are pretty cute, and I think they were all done by the same artist. But by Tom Cook was the artist for all those. Tales from the Care Bears was the name of the series. There were quite a few of them, but it's a pretty adorable little book series. But just something fun to add to the collection because I didn't have that one. And then at a church sale, we went to. There was a large box of old Rolling Stones, and usually we don't look through something like that, but. One of the ones that was facing out was, I believe, the Pee Wee Herman one.
Probably. I'm the one that saw him first, and I was like, oh, let's see what's in there. And we found this.
Found a Rolling Stone with Pee Wee Herman on the cover, which was pretty cool.
Which you love Pee Wee Herman.
Which I love Pee Wee Herman. Paul Rubens' character Pee Wee Herman is really fun.
Let's see. February 12th, 1987.
Yep, it was 87 for that. So I was like, all right, well, really and then we started digging, and then we found, of course, one with Robin Williams, which is sad, but... and we had found these right after Robin Williams, unfortunately, passed away. But I was like, well, let's get that because it's got Robin Williams on it.
Well, you've always loved him.
I've always loved Robin's stand-up. I always thought he was great. And then this one was great because it's Ghostbusters 2 on the cover. and a little story in there on the Rolling Stone for Ghostbusters 2. So that was kind of cool. Again, I don't usually buy magazines like that, but we came across those 3 out of a whole stacks of them, and we were like, well, why not? And I think there's a story on Patrick Swayze in there. And
all kinds.
There's some interesting stuff in there. Plus, something you'll never see in magazines again. Cigarette ads, boys and girls.
And they're like all over on the inside,
They are everywhere. There's one for Winston cigarettes.
Yeah.
I mean, different time. That wasn't that far, wasn't that long ago. But different time when those were actively advertised, which is pretty crazy. Some lunchboxes.
What we got?
A Centurion's lunchbox with I believe the thermos is in there.
Yeah, sure is.
The thermos is in there. Thermos is in really good shape. The outside of the lunchbox, it's got some sticker residue and some stickers on it, and a little scratched up, but not terrible.
We'll just leave that.
Yeah, we'll just leave them there. But needs cleaned up a little bit. But I think it was only. I don't think we paid anything. This came out of an auction we went to, and 2 old ladies apparently had set up an antique booth in Volo, Illinois, at the Volo Antique Mall. Which for anyone who hasn't gone, that's anywhere near there, it's a great antique mall. Because we go about once. We try to go once a year, and we find a lot of stuff every time. But they were moving away. They had all this stuff in their garage. They had an auction. We went to it. Nobody was there for the toys really. We had no competition, so we spent like $110 and literally filled up the car, back seat, front seat.
Then we got home and started noticing the old
Volo tags. So whether they had an antique booth or whether they just went there a lot and bought stuff, but I think that was in a lot of some of these other ones. I think I won a huge stack of lunchboxes for like $1 because nobody bid. And a Fame lunchbox. That's crazy.
No thermos,
but it's such an oddity that I was like, it was in that lot, and I was like, I'll keep Fame. That's awesome. It just shows you they used to do lunchboxes for everything. But it wasn't a bad deal for $1 to get all that stuff. So.
I'm done. Cavemen.
Oh, okay.
Your turn.
Here, why don't you move this stuff over? So. Move that. Be careful with those.
Yeah.
Don't break your ceramics. Found a little Good Luck Bear, vintage Kinder Care Bear, and I've been kind of coming across more of these. And actually, surprisingly, the first series of these that were released did not have accessories. The second series, when they released the Care Bear Cousins, they re-released all the Care Bears they released originally. And they all had accessories. And I've been finding the accessories for pretty much all of them. And picking them up from different people who have found them for relatively affordable. And we keep coming across more of the vintage Care Bears. And I keep buying them up because there were a lot of them. And I don't have all of them. So a little Good Luck Bear there. I love the little vintage. And you can always tell the posable vintage Care Bears because the tuft of hair. The newer ones had sculpted hair. And they were much shinier plastic.
Oh.
Much shinier plastic.
Good.
Yeah.
Good call.
I found a figure from VR Troopers. A little VR Troopers figure.
I don't know what that is.
It was a Saban show in the vein of Power Rangers.
A what?
A Saban.
I don't know what that is either.
It's the same company that made Power Rangers.
Okay.
Yeah. But I found a little VR Troopers figure. I found Man-Bat from Batman the Animated Series. He was in a bag of stuff. And I remember when Man-Bat came out, he was super hard to find, but he's got little wing flapping action, so he can kind of fly. I believe I can fly. And his little head pops up when you hit the button. So, a neat figure. The Kenner Batman Animated Series stuff was really cool. And it's becoming very highly collectible now. A lot of people are looking for it. So, a very cool figure from the line. He had an accessory, he had a little grappling hook that Batman could hold on to him with. But Man-Bat's pretty cool. Found some Biker Mice from Mars figures. These figures are pretty difficult to find. They are getting they were widely released, but they weren't highly sought after, and they were all clearanced out, which usually means they become seriously hard to find in the aftermarket. So finding these figures is a chore, and I happened to find 2 of them, and digging through some accessories, I actually had a helmet for one of them. So I had one of their accessories, but Biker Mice from Mars came out shortly after the Ninja Turtles cartoon show came out, when everybody was trying to emulate that.
Yeah, I can see.
Yep, they were trying to emulate the popularity of the Ninja Turtles, and
so they were literally mice that rode motorcycles.
Yep, they literally were biker mice from Mars.
Were they good guys or bad guys?
They were good guys. Yes, they were good guys.
Who did they fight? Mice?
Nope, these weird aliens. I've got one of them, the fish face dude. We've shown off on an episode before.
Okay.
But some Biker Mice from Mars figures that, not a line that I thought I was going to go after, or one that I think I'm going to start collecting, but they were in a bag full of stuff, and I was like, you know what, I've got a helmet for one of those, and I was like, I might as well keep them. Might as well.
Might as well.
That's how it works.
Your motto. These little dudes are so cute.
These were fun. These were a Play School line called Definitely Dinosaurs, and these are actually all of the little cavemen. He's actually a duplicate.
Oh yeah, I was going to say that one looks just like the one that's right there.
He's actually a duplicate, but all these little Definitely Dinosaurs cavemen, and there were a lot of different cavemen. They all came with little dinosaurs they could ride. They came in like little 2-packs, but they're pretty neat little. I mean, they're very simple figures. They were for preschoolers, so being Play School figures, you know, they've got 5 points of articulation, and they're these very unique sculpted figures. We just kept finding them, and I found like a whole bag of them, and then I found a whole bunch more at an auction, and they were like mixed into stuff.
And I was like, we are being haunted by these little dudes.
One of Dave Draper's favorite toy lines, Definitely Dinosaurs. Surprisingly, he loves the heck out of that little toy line. Does he have all these? He does. He has all of the Definitely Dinosaurs, I think, except for 2 dinosaurs. But he has all the human figures. But
was this a cartoon?
Nope. It was just a preschool line. Just a little
toy, not based off anything.
Yep, just a toy. Just a toy for preschoolers, and they're kind of cool. I like them. I've always liked the Definitely Dinosaur stuff. I thought, at least the human figures, I thought they were kind of neat. But you can see the great diversity in all these figures, and all the different head sculpts, and the body sculpts were mostly the same, save for when they did special characters like I think this is one of the chieftains. Because of his necklace, and he's got sculpted boots and shorts, so they were pretty much they shared the same body for the most part, but some cool Definitely Dinosaurs. And this actually is I believe his name's the Lord of Darkness. He was an Ideal release that was done right after Star Wars hit, and Ideal wanted some of that Star Wars money, and they made figures. I mean, this is not Darth Vader. This is Darth Vader, not Darth Vader, basically.
Yeah.
Our buddy John Kent actually owns the license to this line from Ideal, and is planning to do something with it in the future.
Good. Maybe he can send you a head.
He doesn't have that kind of stuff. But we were in an antique mall, and I was looking, and usually this figure is $30-40. I mean, he's kind of a desired knockoff figure, so to speak. People always want this figure because he's kind of cool looking. And we were in an antique mall, and I found him, and he had a tag on it that said $5, and it said as is. And I was like, I don't see anything wrong with it. And then Carrie's like, looks like somebody chewed his head. And sure enough, look at the back of his head.
It looked like a dog might have got a hold of him or something.
But it's on the top back of his head.
My thing was, you can't even see it.
You can't see him when he's like this.
He's going to go on a shelf.
I mean, yeah, if you were showing his butt, you could see him. Yeah. But I mean, his head's a little loose on there. It's just connected with rubber bands, but it's. He's in really good shape other than the holes in his head. But, I mean, most people would be in really good shape other than holes in their heads. But I couldn't pass it up. I thought that was a good deal for $5. So I brought him. And again, it's not a line I was going to buy. But for $5, he's a neat display piece. It's a neat display piece. Some puzzles. A very cool vintage Muppets 100-piece puzzle. It's actually puzzle number 9, the audition. So I don't know how many of these Milton Bradley did, but these actually are numbered. It says number 9, the audition.
I really like the.
I love the box art, the puzzles. I mean, this is what the puzzle looks like, but it's cool that they staged these scenes with their photographic puppets, because they had photographic puppets that were posable that they could use in photos, and that's what all these are. And it's cool that they did stuff like this and made special exclusive scenes for puzzles and posters and stuff. But very cool Muppets jigsaw puzzle. And then along that same line, this we literally bought today. It's an Alpha 100-piece puzzle, and it was at our local flea market. And
all the pieces are there because we came home and put it together.
Yep, we put it together. And these little 100-piece puzzles are really quick to put together. If you have the room, they're really cool to kind of put together and glue together. And frame, so that's always fun. What else we got down there? While I get
someone wants to be on the show.
Come here, buddy.
We have a game.
Say hi, Dash. Is this gonna be? Are you taking the place of your daddy?
Oh, I would love it if you did.
You can take the place of old Chaser Puppy.
Talk about his board game. Come here.
Hi, you want to go, mommy?
You can be on the show for a
minute. There you go.
Clawing at our feet, trying to get up here.
Clawing Jason's legs. Oh, there you go, Dasher Puppy.
What's this we got?
This is something we bought at our last trip to Volo, actually, the Volo Antique Mall. It is a
$3.50.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my god. Yeah, we paid $3.50 for it. It is the Mighty Max Ultimate Adventure 3D board game.
You love 3D board games.
I love me some 3D board games. And a Mighty Max game was kind of odd because I didn't know Mattel actually did a Mighty Max board game. But this is based on the animated series in the toy line. More so in the animated series than the toy line because it features the characters from the animated series. But I believe there are these little doom stones. Basically, they were just little balls, and you can use like little paper balls or something for it. And that's all it's missing. It's missing 3 of those. But everything else is here, and it's in pretty decent shape. So for $3.50, I was like, well, why don't I buy that? Because it's Mighty Max, and I've never seen something like that before. So pretty cool though. Some cool stuff this time around.
Yeah.
Like I said, we've got just piles of it.
Yeah.
People.
Tune in. Watch the
Just
next
keep
show.
watching because
Yeah.
there's a good couple of years worth of this show right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Carrie and I aren't slowing down, even though we think we're running out of room, I've got plenty of room to put more shelves up, but we're kind of, yeah, it becomes a challenge to find places to put all this stuff. Challenge. One of these days I have to take it all down and actually do a dusting
Oh,
because
Lord.
it all needs dusted, and I don't want to do that. That's going to be a month-long process. I don't look forward to doing that ever. But gang, we'll be back real soon with an all-new Collection Expansion Extravaganza. Make sure you check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/ToyWorldOrder, and hit subscribe. And also make sure you check out our sister site, youtube.com/BoardToTheShow, for all the new seasons of Board.
Yeah, if you want to see this game being played, it'll probably show up.
It'll probably show up there one of these seasons. It'll show up. But make sure you check those out, gang. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. You can follow me at Puppet Duvall. You can check this one out at Mrs. Duvall. Even though she doesn't tweet very much, she does every once in a
I'm
while.
more a Facebook user than
She's more a
Twitter.
Facebook user. But join the Facebook group, Toy World Order Fans on Facebook.
Yes, best Facebook group on Facebook.
It's what and that's not blowing smoke up our own
No.
bottoms. That is what I'm
I
continuously told.
love seeing what people find.
Yep. And there's no drama. There's lots of love, lots of toys, lots of friendships made. So make sure you check out the fan group, Toy World Order Fans, on Facebook.com. And gang, until next time, keep digging because you never quite know what you're going to find. Take care.
Bye.